Welcome to today's episode of Quest for Cookies. Today we'll be discussing The Sims 4 and the intricacies of the game. Let's get into it. Imagine this. Your entire life is dictated by an unseen force, and you're faced with a series of life-altering tragedies, one after another. Whether it's dealing with swimming pools without ladders, having 100 babies, or burning down your house while trying to make your first grilled cheese, you'll need to navigate each disaster. These are just a few of the chaotic scenarios waiting for you as you explore the endless ways to ruin your Sim's life. Here are some of the best and worst parts of the game. The Sims' benefits lay in the hands of the player. There's so many things to do and discover, it truly is a choose-your-own adventure. That's what I love about The Sims. What I don't love about The Sims, however, is the cost. The Sims is an empire at this point, and to access all there is to offer requires an extreme monetary sacrifice. It would cost $1,200 to own all of the DLC. That's insane. While the base game is free and mods are too, I play on PS4, and there's no mods that I can access. I've poured a lot of money into my PS4 account, and there's no way to transfer accounts, so I'll be stuck selling an arm and a leg to get new DLC every year. And this is what I've done with the game. I'd love to share some of my builds with you. Starting with the most recent one I built this for my generation home. It's kind of inspired by English cottagecore. I was using the cottage living world and wanted to keep that theme going. So I built this huge family home that has, I think, 3 beds and 2 baths or something like that, and I also use the basements. So I had to end up making some terrain alterations because the basements really screw it up. The second build I'm going to show you is my first ever gallery upload. This was for a Lil Simsy shell challenge, and I made this vacation rental. It actually got 50 downloads, which is crazy. Considering this was my first ever upload, I was shocked. The third one I'm going to show you is one of my beginning uploads as well. It's a starter home colonial inspired build, and this one also got a lot of downloads, and I was really impressed. I kind of hit like a gold mine the first couple uploads, and since I haven't really gotten a lot of downloads. The last one I'm going to show you is not pretty at all, and really blows my mind that it got any downloads at all, but this also is one of my most downloaded ones from the gallery. It's a rental home for Willow Creek. It's like inspired by cabin vibes. It's very woody, and I used a ton of stuff from Seasons, which gave it that super earthy vibe. I think my favorite aspect of The Sims is building. I usually get bored within the first couple of minutes of starting a new family, designing their clothes. It takes a lot out of you. But when you build, it's like every step is a different process. The structure is one of the most difficult parts. It really sets into place what everything else is going to look like. Using a reference image makes it go by so much quicker. It's really so much easier when you have something to reference when you're trying to build a house that's realistic but also transferable to The Sims. It can be hard to find a good one, but scrolling through and knowing what to look for is important. Usually I look for something with not really complex roofing and a simple but still complicated enough assortment of boxes. That's like the kind of way to think about it, really, is you're trying to find a structure that's a bunch of boxes put together in a way that makes a really cohesive home. Once you do that, you can move on to decorating the outside. That includes wallpaper, roofing, which can be one of the most difficult parts to transfer from a reference image because usually the image you're looking at is only one-sided. It just shows the front or the back of the house. But once you get through that, you can start building the interior walls and then furnish, and you're pretty much done. The furnishing part is where your style can come through a little bit, and before you know it, you have a fully furnished, fully functional house that your Sims can live in. That's all I'll be discussing today. So, thank you for listening, and please leave a comment if you have any suggestions or any thoughts about today's episode. I'll see you in the next one.